right, so you guys sent in a lot of different topics. And then you also sent in like specific questions. So I thought the best way to organize it is I just put the random questions you guys sent in because I didn't have time to really figure out what topic they were. So we're gonna go through those first, and then the rest they do have their title so that it's more organized and you know exactly what we're working with. All right. So taking a look at this very first one, we have that Mary put in a total of 16.5 hours of babysitting during 5 days of work the past week. How long was her average work day? So in other words, we want to figure out more or less if she worked the same amount each day, how much would that be? All you would have to do for this is take the total number of hours that she worked and divide it by the number of days that she worked, and then you'll know more or less how much she worked each day. So we're going to have the 16.5 hours divided by the 5 days. Now, yes, we do have a mixed number, so you have two ways you can handle this. You can either change that mixed number into a decimal, or you can change that mixed number into an improper fraction. Personally, I always think fractions are much easier than decimals, but I know a lot of you guys prefer decimals. Either way you do it, you will end up getting the same answer in the end. I'm going to go ahead and do this with an improper fraction so that we can go ahead and take care of it a little simpler. So the first thing we would need to do is to convert this by multiplying and then adding. So that would be 33 over 2 divided by 5. So now we're going to have to do the keep, change, flip. Keep, change, and flip. Now we can go ahead and just multiply. So we'll have 33 over 10. And 33 divided by 10 is going to be the same as 3.3 hours per day. So this is the average amount of hours that she worked each day of the week. Is there any question, any process or step in this problem that confuses you or doesn't make sense?
No.
Cool.
Wait, I actually do got a question. I was about to tell you because there's the answer choices. It says 3 hours. Then it says 3 hours and 15 minutes. 3 hours and
Oh, okay,
18
so it's in
minutes.
hours and minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Sorry.
cool.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so it's definitely not going to be just 3 hours, so we can eliminate that answer choice. It's going to be 3 hours and something. So the next step in this problem, let me move this a little bit this way. The next step in this problem would be to break apart this 3.3 and figure out how many hours and minutes. Obviously, the first part will still be 3 hours. Our job is to figure out what is 0.3 in terms of minutes. Since we are going from hours, which is a bigger unit, to minutes, that is a smaller unit, would you need to multiply or divide by 60?
Divide by 60.
Try again.
Multiply.
It's gonna be multiply. So an easy
Oh.
way for you to remember is if you're going from a big unit to a small unit, you multiply. And if you're going from a small unit to a big unit, you divide.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to multiply this times 60. Or actually, let me do it this way. We're gonna multiply this times 60. It's gonna give me 0, 0, and then that's gonna give me 18. And we have one number behind the decimal point. So that means that this is equivalent to 3 hours and 18 minutes. That would be our final answer.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other question? Any other confusion regarding this problem?
It's good.
Awesome. All right, so for this next one, we have 2 hot dogs and a soda cost $5.75. 3 hot dogs and 2 sodas cost $9. What is the cost of just the 2 hot dogs? Okay, I think this is an algebra word problem because I'm feeling like maybe we can set up some kind of equation here. So I'm going to set up 2 equations. I'm going to set up an equation for this one, which would be 2 times the price of hot dogs plus 1 times the price of a soda equals 575. I'm going to set up a second equation with this information. 3 times the price of hot dogs plus 2 times the price of sodas going to equal to $9. So here I have two equations, and my job is to figure out what is the price of just 2 hot dogs. Okay, no problem. So we can do elimination. We can do substitution. Which one do you guys prefer, elimination or substitution?
Substitution.
Okay, so we're gonna do
Or
substitution.
like what you think is more easy for you?
Honestly, in this one, it's more or less the same. I think elimination would just be a teensy bit quicker, not necessarily easier, just quicker. So we could do elimination if you want.
All right, let's do that. All right.
All right, so if we do elimination, the first thing you need to do is decide which variable do you want to eliminate. Do you want to eliminate H or S? It doesn't matter which one. You just have to pick one.
H.
Okay, so if we want to eliminate H, we're going to need to find a number so that this has to be the same number but different signs. So right now you have 2 and you have 3, and you need them to be the same number. So the smallest number we can make them match with would be 6. So we can multiply the entire first equation times 3. That's going to give you positive 6. And then you can multiply the entire second equation times -2, and that would give you -6. So you would have that matching situation of a positive 6 and a -6. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to first distribute at the top. So what I'm going to get at the top is going to be a 6h plus 3s is equal to 575 times 3, 15, 22, 17, so 17.25. At the bottom, again, we're just going to distribute. So I'll have -6h minus 4s equals -18. Everybody okay with me up until this point?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so let's move this over here so I have more space, and let's move this out of the way. Okay, now that we have that matching situation we wanted, we can go ahead and just add the two equations together, because that is going to make these two eliminate. They're gone. We add this, we get -1s, or in other words, -s. And what am I going to get here? There's going to be -0.75. And now you just divide both sides by -1. So S is going to equal to positive 0.75. Now, this is not our final answer. Why?
Because it says sodas.
Exactly. This is the
You need
price
to
of
find hot
one
dogs.
soda.
Yeah.
There you go. You need to find the price of actually 2 hot dogs, not just one. So 2 hot dogs. So what can you do with this? You can go ahead and grab this very first equation
and substitute into it.
Exactly. So we're going to have 2 times h, which is what we want to know. We want to know what is 2h, plus 1 times the value of s, 0.75, is equal to 5.75. So 2h plus 0.75 is 575. Subtract. And it turns out that the price of 2 hot dogs is going to equal to $5. And that is your final answer. In this problem, I know we're always used to like, oh, we have to get the variable alone. You don't need to, because in this problem, they actually do want to know what is the price of 2 hot dogs, not just 1 hot dog. So you don't have to go that step of dividing by 2, because then you would have had to multiply by 2 anyway. So, and that's it. Questions?
It's good.
Cool.
Thank you.
Of course. All right.